Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is Brian with Midlife Hiking Crisis. I'm handing in my hand a box from Durston. It is the coveted X-Dome Pro 1 Plus. Many of you realize they sold out in like 45 seconds. And I was fortunate enough to get one of these. And I am doing the unboxing and reveal. As here we are pulling this tent out of the box. Whoa, look at that. Here is the sticker that everyone wants, the Durston sticker. And here is the X-Dome Pro. Wow, it's really lightweight. Of course, I don't have the poles in there, I don't assume. As you know, it's new product is made with Dyneema, and here are the carbon poles. I messaged Dan on Durston Gearheads about what's included in this particular offering, and Dan said that there was some guy line included, a 30-foot section, and also a repair split. So I'm going to pull that out and see what that looks like. But here we are holding the brand new Durston X-Dome Pro 1. This is great. Cool. So let's just open this bag up and see what Dan has included. Okay. Dyneema bag comes with it, and then I'm just kind of looking for that repair. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here are the connections. I think to save weight, this tent. So if you are familiar with the normal X-Dome 1 or X-Dome 2. The clips to just have a fly or or inner only pitch, they're all connected, and Dan left them off this particular model, I think, so you could save some additional weight. If you do want to include them, you can add them, but if you want to save the weight, you don't have to add those clips for that. So we have that, and here are the stakes in their own Dyneema bag as well, and I'm assuming, yep, it looks like Dan did include the guy line and then the 4 larger stakes and then the 4 smaller stakes. Let's look at this pole set. Now on this initial launch, as you know, they only offered the regular size poles, but in the future, it sounds like Dan is going to offer the short pole set for bike packers or just people that want a smaller profile. And there are the new poles. And these apparently upgraded as well to have all carbon fiber inserts. If you see, there's no aluminum glue-ins, they're all carbon fiber. And that is an added benefit. Beautiful. For a fully freestanding double wall tent. And Dan, on his promotions, has claimed that it is the lightest Dyneema freestanding double wall tent in the world. So that's fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna get outside. We're gonna set this up, see how this looks, and we will go from there. I'll meet you outside. Okay, we're out here. I use these carabiners for my X-Dome 2 on the 4 corners to keep everything attached. I'm hoping to do that, so I'm gonna try to install those if I have an opportunity as well. Okay. So now we're going to time lapse it and we'll see how things go.
Okay, a couple of things on setup that I noticed. So these little clips, I assume, are just for the mesh only, if you just want to do the fly only. I didn't need to use them before. I imagine they're part of the other clip system that I'll just leave behind, because everywhere I go, I'm always going to have the fly. I mean, maybe somewhere in the south or something, maybe in the desert when I don't need it, but I just can't imagine. Even in the desert, I'm going to want to make sure that the sand isn't blowing in, so I'm always going to use the fly, so I probably won't use those. And as promised, Dan did provide a carbon pole set sleeve, you know, just in case something happens and you need to splint your pole, which is fantastic. I'm glad to see that. So these things will go back in the bag. Let me talk about some things I noticed right off the bat. I'm going to take the camera and show you different things that I thought were just really good. To go around the tent, I want to point out these enforcements that Dan has for staking the fly out. I don't know if you can see that. That's really neat. And then on the back side, he provided a place to stake out with the little tensioner. I don't know if you can see that. On the previous X-Dome, I actually bought some tensioners like this from Z-Packs and applied them to my X-Dome too as kind of a mod. But I see I don't need to do that now that Dan did that. Again, over here, he did the same thing. He doesn't have the tensioners, only on the back position. And you can see all these points are reinforced. We have 2 guy out points on each corner. Kind of just like kind of like the X-Dome 1, although I don't own the X-Dome 1, so a lot of these things are probably new to me. Tensioner there as well. So I'm going to open it up. Okay, I have my pad in here. This is my Zenbivy pad, and it's 25 inches wide by 78. You can see it goes down pretty far. A couple of things that are nice is loop, 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 and loop. So there's 4 loops. On this mesh side, there's a pocket right here, which is nice. And then the stash pocket. Only 1 stash pocket. In the X-Dome, you have 2, one on the end. But I have plenty of space in here. I know all you people that have the normal X-Dome already have experienced all this. So yeah, I lay here and my head's not touching, my feet aren't touching. Plenty of space for 1 person for sure. I plan on having the dog, so you can see where my feet are here. Plenty of room. Sidewalls are great. Durston put this extra layer of solid, or this nylon, instead of the screen coming all the way down, he ran the nylon all the way around. And I don't know if I like that or not, to be honest, because in my X-Dome 2, I like laying up against the door with the mesh closed and just looking out. And now with that, Dan can't please everyone, and I appreciate why he did that for splashback and for more protection. I think that's a good idea. And just on some occasions where I want to have the fly open and looking out, laying down, I'll just have to get up on an elbow and look out. Okay, well, that's the quick down and dirty for the new Durston X-Dome Pro, made out of Dyneema, the Pro 1 Plus. The only way to see if it's going to be good is to get it up in the Uintas and see what it does at altitude and under the rains, under the monsoon rains, and see how it's going to hold up. I love it. I love the size. I love the weight. I mean, a freestanding tent, double wall for less than 2 pounds. I mean, that's unheard of. You can't beat it. So I just hope that materials will hold up. This is my first Dyneema tent. I kind of have questions. I guess I'll be consulting Google and ChatGPT and whatever, how to care for this Dyneema and how we pack it down and how we store it so that it doesn't break down over time. But I hope that it will have as much life and as many nights as the sill poly. One last thing, all my videos I end with, remember, Father Time comes for all of us. We can't outrun Father Time, but we can decide whether we're going to be elderly well or elderly frail. And of course, our choice is be elderly well. So that means we need to get out into the backcountry, get out and move every day so that we don't become frail as we age. Thank you to Durston and all the products he makes, because it allows people my age to get out there and experience the backcountry still in a comfortable way. So with that, I'll catch you on the next one.